Can we see that God never just takes? Our greatest heartbreak is our greatest offering. It doesn't remove love, it deepens our capacity for it. Loss is our greatest strength to see, to connect, to love at greater depths, beyond the physical mind. It sharpens our sight, awakening a love we couldn't access before. It touches us in unimaginable ways, giving us power and sight beyond our imagination. Burnout is our invitation to finally rest, a gift we silently needed, a silence we longed for underneath our fear. Clarity grows from formation, where nothing is ever lost, but finally made whole. This is from my book, How to Hear God. I just had to start it with that opening because this is such an important topic to me, and I know anybody watching who feels like they've lost something or lost someone, I want to bring you peace today. Now, it really does depend where you are on the journey, but nothing is ever lost. We can always access connection, and that is the best part, because our ego and our physical mind, because we're humans, it feels like we lose things, when in actual fact things are made whole. And this is such a hard concept to wrap your head around, but I'm going to explain it today. So I'm going to give you 5 things to do to restabilize after you've lost something. The first thing to do, nervous system regulation. Like, this is the biggest thing, because it is our nervous system that needs soothing. And when our nervous system is in high stress, it cannot even access things like this and mindsets, seeing deeper, because a nervous system in high stress is only focused on survival. Your brain is literally going to be fixated on how to survive, and it's going to feel like next level heartbreak and chaos. It's going to feel like chaos because our nervous system is so clever and it's designed that way to protect us, and it's actually very clever how it does it. The second thing is, if you love on a really, really deep level, like a really deep level, and if you've loved on a deep level and now you've lost that situation, say you've lost a partner or whatever, it's so interesting because when you love that deeply, you have a connection with that person and that thing, and you can always access that, right? So it's nothing is ever lost, it's only made whole. You can always access that. It's very spiritual because you can speak to that person. You can speak to that person, you know what they'd say, you know what they'd do, and oftentimes in these situations you can literally connect through the spiritual realm. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, but you literally can. You always have that connection, it's never lost, because actually nothing is ever lost, because we're all souls and we just change form. We just change form. So seasons, even, we change form. We can learn this from nature, like seasons, summer, autumn, winter, like everything changes, everything is constantly changing, right? And it's a season. It's even like when you look at the ocean, it's going in, out, in, out, in, out. It's like nothing is ever just still, it's always moving. And also, this is quite spiritual, but when you look at a tree, it has to grow down to grow up. Like, a tree doesn't just and it's up. It grows deep into the ground, like deep into the darkness. So when we see that season's always changing, nothing stays the same, we can understand that everything just changes form, and people as well change. It's just everything is changing form. It's like a growth journey, right? And we all help each other grow, and every person you meet is designed for you and your growth. And every person you lose is designed for you and your growth. It's such a hard thing to wrap your head around, but when you really find the true meaning in it, it gives you so much peace, I can't even explain. You realise that things had to change to become whole, and when you search for, you don't even have to really search for it, but when it comes and you see how it was made whole, that is like next level peace for you. And it might take a long time to get to, and that's okay. It might take absolutely years to get to, and that's okay too, because everything, again, is a journey, and every feeling you're experiencing, every emotion is, again, a journey that you need. So don't try and resist it, because that's also what you need for your journey and growth and your soul's purpose and journey. And feelings are just our soul expression. Like, it's just our expression. and how we feel. And we shouldn't suppress our feelings because it's truth to us, and we are human, so we are going to feel every single thing. But when we tap into the spiritual realm, we can see just how it was meant to happen this way, and how everything is so divinely curated. For example, in the book I said your greatest heartbreak is your greatest offering. What I mean by that is our greatest heartbreak is actually our greatest offering. And it sounds stupid if you're right in the beginning of it. You will see that that is exactly what your soul needed for the journey. It's like a gift. It sounds so stupid, but it's like a gift, because it's literally what your soul needs. And it may completely, like, you may lose everything and completely just feel like, what on earth is going on? Like, this is not, like, this cannot be happening for good. And there can be points where you can't see the good in it. And that's also part of the journey. You're in a transition and things have to fall apart for them to fall together. And it sounds stupid, but when you see an ending, it's also a beginning. When you look at it like that, it sounds ridiculous, I know it does, but the spiritual realm is, there's so much peace in the spiritual realm, because you can see everything, like, you can see it plain sight, and it's like, wow, yeah, that's exactly why that happened, that's exactly, and then you find peace in your heart, because you're still connected to those things and those people and those experiences. They don't disappear, nothing is ever lost. It just changes form, and sometimes the form can look worse, but it can actually be better because it's opened you up to so much depth to see and become something new. Because again, it's really hard on an ego to understand this, and our physical mind to understand this, but even when I said here, it sharpens our sight, awakening a love we couldn't access before, and that is so true. And also, everything that happens to us is also divinely guided for the people that we meet as well. So everyone we meet and every situation is literally crafted. I fully believe this because I've experienced it. And there could be people that you need to help and you wouldn't be able to help unless you'd been through that situation. And I know that seems like, well, why? Like, why? That doesn't even make sense, but it does, because it's curated. The clarity grows from formation, like from the transformation. Like, you might be in a stage where you literally can't see any of this, and that's good. That's perfectly good, because it grows from formation. Like, for example, when a woman gives birth, right? This is a crazy example, but she has to give birth in order for that thing to then grow into formation, right? It's not just fully formed. You have to go through the pain to get to the formation, and then that's what it grows from. It grows into form, right? So it's just a rebirth, and rebirth of the self is so painful, but so worth it. You will literally, like, the pain that you're feeling and is literally formation happening, is rebirth happening, is a quantum shift happening. That is what it is, and it's scary. It is scary, but truthfully, that is part of it, because it's the contrast, and we do have to have contrast, and it's so painful. I'm not gonna doubt that it's painful. It's so painful, and it feels like complete destruction. That's why the spiritual realm, though, will help you see beyond, because our physical mind goes to the pain, and our spiritual mind, or our spiritual being, goes to the growth, because that's what it is. And it's hard to switch your mind, but when you do seek it, you do find it. And I just want to bring peace to people's hearts, and I just hope that people can see this in some way at some point when it's right for them, that nothing is ever lost, because it's really, 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 really not. And if you tap into it, you will see it. If you tap into it, you'll see it. If you knock, if you seek it, you'll find it, I promise, because it's actually a really beautiful thing. Like, speak it, speak to them, speak to, because when you speak, you'll find everything. Like, when you speak your truth, you'll find everything. It's all in your truth. It's all in your truth. Because your truth is what sets you free, and it's a really true thing. It's such a hard concept to wrap your head around, I'm not gonna lie, because this is why our nervous system needs to be settled too, because when the nervous system isn't, then literally, as I said, your brain is not on the frequency of, you're not open to see this. They're becoming open to see, becoming open, broadening your sight, broadening your vision. I have written a book about how to hear God, and it's not a religious book. I wrote it to meet people where they are, to bring people peace, to open people's hearts, to open people's vision, broaden people's view, because God is an interpretation, right? We can interpret that differently. It's very much a journey with self, and however you hear it is right for you. I'll leave the link below, but it's really in our awareness. It's in our awareness. This is why yoga and meditation is such a good thing, because it really opens up our realm. I don't know how to explain that. And also our inner child, because our inner child is a part of all of us, and unless they feel expressed and seen, you can be operating from your wounded inner child. And I also think that helps so much to speak to your inner child and like find out really what they're struggling with, because we all have a child inside of us, and if the child is screaming and not being heard and is so scared, imagine such a scared child living inside of you. Like, you have to reassure them and be the parent for them, otherwise you feel unsafe, and you do, because our inner child is in us. So if our inner child feels unsafe, we're feeling unsafe. So it's reassuring the inner child, being there for your past self, being there for your inner child is like, will change your reality and help you calm your nervous system as well, because our inner child sometimes can feel abandoned, and when you're supporting your inner child and you're being a parent to them, you will find a self-love and a security in yourself, and that your nervous system will again relax, because you're feeling secure and supported. Because a lot of the time our nervous system is high because we don't feel secure, we feel anxious, we feel on edge, and we're far from ourselves, we're ignoring, we're suppressing. So yeah, I hope I've explained that somewhat okay, but yeah, I'll do another one because I'm getting used to doing these videos. I am very much like just filming from my heart, and I just feel like that's the right thing to do at the moment. So if that touched you in some way, I really hope it did. I really, really hope you can give yourself compassion, because equally every journey that you go on is for you. So don't fight what you're going through right now, because when you fight it, you resist it, okay? It's almost giving yourself permission to be exactly where you are, because when you give yourself the permission to be exactly where you are, you open yourself up. You can finally see, because when we're critical, we can't see. So be exactly where you are and be okay with exactly where you are, because exactly where you are is exactly where you need to be. And it sounds stupid, but give yourself the permission. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Like, you will know exactly how you need to deal with things, and it can feel really, really hard because other people don't deal with things the same. And if you need to emotionally process, to not suppress, and to feel your feelings, you need to do that. Only you know that. And if you don't feel your feelings, it manifests in your body. If you don't feel anger, it manifests in your body. It manifests in your body. So express your feelings, literally scream into pillows if you have to. Sometimes we can think, being empathetic, you can't be angry and you have to swallow pain, and you can swallow so much pain. And if you don't actually express your true feelings and what you're actually truly feeling, it manifests in the body. So just make sure that you are fully expressing your feelings and you're okay with where you are, because there's no rush. You don't need to be anywhere other than where you are. So much love.